Hey, what's good, guys? It's your boy Ben Mahari here, representing MehariNation Sports Podcast here. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about my thoughts on the first three games of the conference finals going on, both the East and the Western Conference Finals in the NBA right now. And yeah, they've been compelling matchups to say the least, though, too. I really think that, all four of these teams can make good cases of, getting to the NBA Finals and possibly winning a championship. But I want to start first on the Western Conference Final because it took place last night. I mean, Portland was up by 17 points, and they basically let the lead slip away. Because the thing that I saw in that game was is that Portland, they had decent looks, but they just were not dropping them. And the one thing that it made me alarmed with about how Portland's playing their defense is that what disappoints me about what the Blazers are doing is this: they're going against the pick and roll there, and they're not shading, they're not closing out to the shooters. And what's happening is they allow the guards of both Klay Thompson and Steph Curry to roam off the pick and roll and create a lot of traffic and move and try a lot of traffic and havoc on Portland's defense. So what's happening to me is this: Portland needs to figure out a way to make a serious adjustment to that pick and roll set and stop the penetration of both Curry and Thompson. Because at the end of the game, too, Portland was up by 8 with about 4 minutes to go and had a huge opportunity to steal one in Golden State. I said that Portland, if they're going to make this series competitive, they need to at least steal one of these two games in Golden State. But they didn't do that. They took rush shots and they just did not ran the offense really. Now they had some good looks. CJ McCollum had some good looks. He didn't drop it down, but I think that I think Golden State's pressure defense really made the difference there. And they didn't. Golden State was not really too reckless. They just they stayed the course, and ultimately, their championship experience and their ability to break down their Portland's defense really did them in, and that's how they were able to steal game two. And also, salute to Andre Iguodala. He did a great job on the defensive end, especially on the last play too, staying in front of Damian Lillard, not giving him a chance to breathe. And when he tried to put the ball on the floor or try to pull up to shoot the ball, Iggy was right there waiting. He got in there, stripped the ball away, and that was the game right there. Now, Golden State now leads the series 2-0 heading to Saturday night in Game 3 in Portland. So if Golden State continues to play that kind of defense against the guards, though, I fear that this is going to be a shorter series than what I anticipated. I expected the series. I predicted it would go to 7 games, but it's not. But it doesn't. But the way that this turned out to be, that's not looking to be the case. Now, they're going to be at home, and I expect the other role players like the Evan Turners, the Rodney Hoods, the Miles Leonard, and the Seth Curry, Stephen Curry's brother, to play better at their home floor. So this is going to be on Portland. Can they hold serve the next 2 games to try to bring it back to the Oracle Arena to try to at least take one game in Golden State? That's going to be the critical factor to that. Now I wanted to talk to you about the first game of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Toronto Raptors and the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, the bad news is this: Milwaukee didn't play their best game because you got to remember they just came off a long layoff when they basically handled 4 straight victories against the Boston Celtics after dropping Game 1. Now, Russ was going to be an issue there, and it was to be the case. They were down by at least his 20 points there, and Kyle Lowry, I gotta say, Kyle Lowry showed me something and really stepped up and really was the offense there. But other than Kawhi Leonard and Kyle Lowry, there weren't a lot of players that did really much role. Siakam did his thing on a 3rd-star role basis, but they gave the Milwaukee Bucks too much life to let them come back. And once Chris Middleton, Brooke, and also salute to Brooke Lopez. He had a phenomenal game, 29 points, 13 rebounds. For a guy that's only averaging below 10 points a game in the playoffs, that was a huge performance from him though too. So, the worst part is this: Milwaukee missed a lot of their 3-pointers. I don't see that to be the case tonight. I see the Milwaukee Bucks hitting a better percentage of their threes, and especially opening up the floor space and for letting Giannis Antetokounmpo attack the paint and finish. You know what I'm saying? So the way I look at it is this: I think that I have the Bucks winning game 2 and taking the series up to Toronto, up 2-0 in that series. And it's going to be very critical and very interesting to see how. It's going to be interesting to see how, how they'll try to defend against, how Toronto's going to try to adjust in defending not just Giannis Antetokounmpo, but also how to make sure that the 3-point shooters do not get out. Because when Milwaukee starts hitting their 3-point shots, especially with the kind of attention Giannis will get, the Bucks are a tough team to beat. So I just wanted to make a video and give my thoughts about that though too. So don't forget to tune in tonight at 8 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to have my discussion about the 154-pound weight class in boxing though too. And also I'm going to see if I can try to post a post-game live stream there off of Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals, though. So don't miss it tonight. Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Toronto Raptors and the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks lead the series 1-0. All right, this is Bill Mehari representing MehariNation Sports Podcast there. Salute to the entire LDBC, and we'll see what happens tonight. Take care, everybody.